All right, you guys, we are officially live. It is the Recruiting Live Show. I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood. Extremely excited to be with you guys tonight. This has become, a labor of love. This has become the go-to spot on Tuesdays for you young student athletes that want to get after it, that want to get to the next level, that are serious about playing college football. You guys, this is the place to be. Some of you guys don't have any college football scholarship offers. Maybe you have a preferred walk-on opportunity. Maybe you don't have anybody ringing your phone right now. So this is an opportunity, you guys, to come in, get some free game, and take it to the next level. Some things that you guys can execute on, some things that you guys can use to help get that scholarship offer under your belt. So whether you're joining us live or you're catching the recording, please take your notes. Run this back if you have to. There should be some things that definitely help you out as far as getting to the next level. I see Rick DeJesus, the great Rick DeJesus, joining us. You guys, this is somebody who knows all about the recruiting process. His son, Jacob DeJesus, is a phenomenal wide receiver and kick returner at UNLV, Mountain West Conference. A lot of you guys would love to play at a school like UNLV in Vegas and play major Division I football. But you guys, his son will be the first one to tell you that it's not always a straightforward journey. It's not always a red carpet extravaganza. Sometimes you got to fight, scratch, and claw, right, to get what you want. So I'm glad that Rick is joining us, and this is all for you. This is service for you guys. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's get right into the mix. Once again, I am your host, Coach Terrence Wood. Every single Tuesday, you guys, this is an open platform for you guys to ask the questions you may have, to get the answers that you need to get to the next level. Sometimes it's not the most talented, you guys. I played at the University of Colorado. There were a lot of people when I played there, and we were good. We won a Big 12 championship when I was there back in the day. But there were a lot of people that kind of snuck their way through. There were players that I had played against in high school, you guys, that were better than some of the players that were on my team at the University of Colorado. So sometimes it's not even all about the talent. It's, are you making the right moves at the right time? So you guys got to keep that in mind. So once again, I'm your host, Coach Terrence Wood. Years and years of serving young student athletes, football players that want to get to the next level. Actually, over 16 years, you guys. I am a former football player myself, played at the University of Colorado. That's me right there in the middle, playing against Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl. Was fortunate enough to play in the Arena Football League, also in Canada. One of the big things that is important for you young athletes, you parents of athletes, is surrounding yourself, surrounding your child with people who know what they're talking about, people that have done what your child or what you in particular yourself want to do. You know, if you want to play at the University of Michigan one day, and let's say you're in 8th grade, and let's say you're talented, well, then if I'm the parent of this young man, I'm trying to surround him with people that can help him get to that level. If I'm the actual athlete, I'm trying to get around people that have maybe helped people get to the Big Ten or played in the Big Ten. You know, I'm trying to get around people that have the formula to do what I want to do. So the reason why I'm showing this is Coach Cormier. This is somebody that highly vouches for the Before You Go Pro program. That is who is bringing you this content tonight. And right here, Coach Cormier is saying, hey, have known Coach Wood for over 30 years. I feel that Before You Go Pro is a great tool for any athlete or parent of an athlete who is aspiring to play college football. Coach Cormier is a dear friend of mine. This is a former teammate of mine. He knows the work that my team and myself put into this. He knows that this is our ministry. So he knows that we go above and beyond, you guys, not just giving you the sauce, not just giving you what you need to know, the step by step, but also really supporting and loving on the athletes that we work with. So that's what Coach Cormier is saying right here. Also, here's another example. We're big on getting boots on the ground. We want to get athletes in front of coaches all the time, as many athletes as possible. So this is a college tour. We've taken athletes on, and that's Coach Carter, Coach Alonzo Carter. He's grilling the boys right now, probably because they don't know their course GPA. They don't know the academic standards. I think I remember why he wasn't happy right there. The kids didn't know their academic standards that they needed to have in place to play at a school like San Jose State. So he's getting on them a little bit, but that's what we want to do, you guys. We want to put you in front of people so that you can test yourself, so that you can get the knowledge, so that when you are being recruited, you know the answers. You know the answers and you don't mess it up. So who is this for? Who is this show for? The Recruiting Live Show is every single Tuesday, you guys. By the way, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do. The Before You Go Pro channel is solely geared on serving you guys. But who is this for? This is for the athletes that want to accomplish the things that you see these young men doing. Everybody smiling in the picture. They just signed to big time college. Coach is happy on the far right. I'm sure on the other side of the camera, it's media, it's mom, it's dad, it's little sister, and everybody's happy. I want you guys to have this same experience. You guys saw Rick De Jesus, the father. He had that experience of seeing his son Jacob sign with UNLV, and it was amazing. This is also the experience that I want you guys to have, because this is the experience that a lot of you guys are dreaming about too, is running out on a big time football field in front of thousands of fans. Even if you're playing at a smaller level, Division II, Division III, NAIA, there's nothing like the thrill, you guys, of paying for something, of actually working hard for something that's a long time dream that you had to fight for and then achieve it. So I want all of you guys to experience this. This is something that I experienced at the University of Colorado. I'll never forget the first time that I ran out on a major college football field. You guys, I'll never forget the first time lining up in a big time college football game. All the wind sprints, all the push-ups, everything was well worth it after experiencing this and also experiencing signing day. So that's what we want you guys to experience. It doesn't matter the level, but we want you to experience it. So we have to be dialed in, you guys. We have to be dialed in because the football season goes by quick. I know there's a lot of anticipation for the football season, but once it happens, it goes by quick, you guys. So we're already on week three for college football, and this is a key marker, you guys, for recruiting. And a lot of the athletes we work with, we tell the parents, we tell the athletes, hey, things start picking up after week 3. So why do they, Coach Wood? This is why, you guys, we always know what's going to happen next to a certain extent, because there's a calendar that tells you what's going to happen next. It's kind of like the syllabus when you get to college. Some of you guys may even have it in high school, but when you get to college, it's not going to be the teacher hand holding you. You may be in a class of hundreds of people, maybe 1,000 people in some of these schools. I don't know, but the teacher doesn't know everybody. Everybody goes by a number and everybody goes by that syllabus. And you better know what you need to have done as far as your reading and different material. You better know when those tests are. Well, it tells you on the syllabus, you guys. So for college football recruits, aspiring football players, the syllabus is at ncaa.org, where you see that down at the bottom. The syllabus is the recruiting calendar. That's what tells us where we need to be at what time. Now, it's an important time right now. What did I say? After week 3, because the first 2 weeks, you guys, of the college football season, and I don't care if it's Division I FBS, if it's USC, Washington, my alma mater, Colorado, or if it's D2, D3, NAIA, the beginning of the season, even in high school, all of the coaches are focused on what? They're focused on wins. They want to get out the gates. They want to have a great season. Everybody starts 0-0, but everybody wants to win a championship or go to state, right? So everybody's focused on their own particular team once the season kicks off. But guess what? Once we hit week 3, a lot of the coaches start turning their attention to recruiting. Now, they'll have grad assistants and different people, interns focused on recruiting for almost the whole season. But week 3, the coaches, the ones who can make the decision, start really turning their attention to the recruiting a little bit more. Now, if you look at the recruiting calendar on the right, look at September, October, and November. I'll make it bigger for you. Here you go. Look at September, October, and November, you guys, because that's where we're at. We're on September 12th, right? So this is the recruiting calendar right here on the left. You see it's an evaluation period. What does an evaluation period mean, Coach Wood? That means that the coaches can start getting busy again. They can actually go out to evaluate athletes here pretty soon. What college teams are going to do? What? They're going to have bye weekends. On those bye weekends, a lot of coaches are going to go evaluate high school, junior college talent. So you guys want to be aware of this, because you may see coaches soon at some of your games, whether they're there to see you or a teammate or an opponent. Here's another important date, you guys. The signing days. The signing days. Remember, we got back to this picture right here, and I said I want all of you guys to experience this. Well, signing day, if you're in the class of 2024, the early signing period is December 20th. It's a 3-day period, the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, where athletes in the 2024 class can officially sign and put pen to paper. Regular signing period starts first Wednesday in February, which happens to be the 7th. Now you guys see on the far right, if I want to go D1, I can sign all the way till April. I can sign all the way till April. If I want to go D2 or lower, D3 or NAIA, I can sign all the way till August. So sometimes we're looking in somebody else's lane. I'm looking at my teammate who's a 4-star quarterback. He's got all these offers. I see him sign during the early period, and then I'm concerned, right? But your journey might not be like his journey. That doesn't mean you're not going to get where you need to go, but it just may be a little later and you guys have time. You can be patient depending on what level of football you're going to play at. Now, some of you can't be as patient. Some of you guys can't be as patient. That's why we're here tonight, right? So keep this in mind. Recruiting calendar is your syllabus. You should be dialed into this. Parents, you should be dialed into this if the family is serious about this. If the family's serious about signing day, you guys should be dialed into the calendar. Now, there's some variables, and we talked about this last class. We talked about this the last recruiting live show. And if you guys are joining us for the first time, whether you're catching this live or you're catching a recording of this, you should revisit the other recruiting live shows. They're on YouTube. Run them back. Take your notes, because it could mean a few $100,000 if you execute. It could mean a few $100,000, and I'm sure your parents would like that. So last time, you guys, we talked about variables. These are variables that determine whether or not you get the job, whether or not you get the scholarship, whether or not you get the PWO. Okay, so last week we talked about variables. Now I'll give you a second to check this out. And once again, feel free to run this back. Share it with your teammates, with your friends that you feel could play at the next level. But here are some of those variables that are very, very key, you guys, and whether or not you get to the bag. Some of these things are going to play and whether or not you get to the bag, if not all of them. Okay, so we talked about these variables last week: core GPA, huddle film, athlete size, your position. Now, last week, you guys, we focused on your position. Now, every single Tuesday that we come into the recruiting live show, we're going to highlight a before you go pro athlete, that's in the 2024 class and that's looking to be recruited. Maybe they already have offers. They're looking for bigger offers. Maybe they don't have anything. But we're going to highlight one of our own athletes. Now, last week we highlighted Chris McFoley, the amazing quarterback out of Florida, right? This week we're going to highlight somebody else. But last week we were talking about position. You see, position is the number 4 variable, right? Depending on your position can affect how proactive you need to be with recruiting. It's very different being a quarterback with recruiting as opposed to an offensive lineman. very different recruiting type scenario and situations that those two positions will run into. So you have to be aware of these variables. And last week, you guys, we talked position being important. This week, you guys, we're going to talk about current interest. Current interest is a variable. And what do you mean by current interest, Coach Wood? I mean, are there any schools already recruiting you? Are there any schools that have already offered you? When we get a new prospect to join before you go pro, then we have to evaluate where they're at, because we don't want to waste time. You cannot waste time in the recruiting process, you guys. So when we look at a recruit, first thing we're looking at is their huddle film, their highlight film, to give an evaluation on where that athlete may be. But that athlete may already have offers. That athlete may already have offers. So tonight, you guys, for our athlete spotlight, we're going to take a look at Malik Jackson. Malik Jackson is at a McNair High School in Georgia. He's a 6'3", 275-pound athlete. So this is a kid with Division I size. He has a 3.2 GPA, so very, very good grades. And also, he came to us with 4 FBS offers already. 4 FBS offers already. So a lot of athletes that we work with are looking to get offers. They don't have any offers yet. They're looking to get their first offers. Sometimes we have athletes like Malik that come to us and they already have offers. So, you know, we already kind of have a starting point on where we'll start with that young man. Very seldom does a young man have offers. Let's say he has an offer to Texas, and we look at the film and it doesn't add up. So let's say he has an offer to Texas. We look at the film and we don't see Texas. We don't think he's that level. If we ever ran into that situation, we'd probably tell that young man he's well off and wish him the best of luck. We do have a mentoring component to Before You Go Pro, so maybe they would want to join for that component of the business. But otherwise, there's probably not much we can do for them as far as recruiting help, because they've already kind of hit their ceiling for what we deem is their ceiling. Now, Malik came to us. He already had FBS Division I offers. He didn't have Power 5 offers, which is the highest level of college football that you can play. But he already had FBS offers. So he was very much a major recruit, you know, when we got to Malik this summer. To give you some feedback, you guys, and some feeling on Malik's capabilities, I've got his highlight film here. This is from his junior year, and I want you guys to get a feel from Malik's capabilities. So you guys just don't hear me saying he's 6'3", 275 pounds and has 4 offers. I want you to see his highlight film so you can kind of get a feel for what that looks like. Okay, so here you go. Okay, so as you guys can see, Malik's pretty talented. Once again, he's a big boy, 6'3", 275 pounds, and he can move a little bit. He's in Georgia. They build him like that, right? So he already had offers, and every single week, you guys, I'm going to show you a different athlete, because you guys may be able to pick up for your own recruiting situation some key strategy or some key tip or advice that we're utilizing for our athletes, because every single athlete is an individual contractor. If you guys join us every single Tuesday, you're going to hear me say that a lot. Just because you play for a team sport doesn't mean that all of you guys are going to the same college, you guys. So even though I'm playing a team sport, I got to watch out for my best interest, and we don't want to waste time with the recruiting process. So with Malik, we had evaluated him as a low-level Power 5 athlete, strong FBS. Now, once again, he already has FBS offers. Let me show you some of those schools that he's already been offered to, you guys. So he has 4 offers. 3 of them are FBS Division I offers, and one of them is an FBS offer. For us old schoolers out there, that's Division I AA. So he's got some great offers, you guys. So Charlotte, the Charlotte 49ers have offered Malik. East Carolina has offered Malik. Western Kentucky has offered Malik, and then, Kennesaw State has offered Malik. So he's got some solid FBS Division I offers. Once again, 3.2 GPA. So we already know he's going to play Division I football. Malik's playing Division I football. But of course, he came to us and we reached out to him, and we were thinking that possibly with a stronger senior year, he could get higher level offers. So we're looking at maybe a Power 5 offer that could come his way, but we got to be strategic and smart with it. And I'm going to show you a couple of reasons why. So, when you guys look at some of these schools, and this is fresh. So as you guys see, you look at the win losses, there's only they haven't even played any conference games yet. They've only played out of conference games. You see 2-0 at the top. For Memphis, you see all the way to 0-2 for East Carolina and North Texas. So when we talk to Malik, obviously he would love a Power 5 offer, right? So what's a Power 5 school? A Power 5 school is the blue blood, cream of the crop conferences, the ones where you see the Heisman Trophy winners, the high draft picks playing on national TV. So these are your Power 5 schools. Malik does not have any offers from any of these schools, but come on, you guys, we're not stupid. We know that you guys want to play at the highest level possible. So he's kind of keeping these other Division I schools at bay while he tries to see if he can have a great year and one of the Power 5 schools jumps off the fence and gives him an offer, you guys. But even with that being said, there's tactics that we're going to be using for Malik now that we're hitting week 3 of the college football season and things are going to be picking up, you guys. Now, also one thing we want to keep in mind is that he's an FBS level player. He wants a Power 5 level offer. Remember what we said about the early signing period? The early signing period is coming up when? December 20th. We're only 3 months away, you guys, from the early signing period. And 80% of the jobs that Malik would want would be gone for high school level kids by the time we get to December 20th. This is key, you guys, because if he doesn't hear from a Power 5 university by a specific timeline, then we would want him to commit to one of the Division I schools that he already has an offer to. We don't want him waiting for Power 5, and then now he loses the offer. So you may not be in the same situation as Malik, but you may be in a similar situation. You may have Division II offers, and you're in some good Division II offers. That's money. And then you're waiting for that D1, maybe FCS offer. Well, how long do you wait? How long do you wait? That will be covered in the Recruiting Live Tuesday sessions. Is how long do you wait for an offer to come before you jump on this one and possibly before you lose it? So we'll be talking to Malik about this because once again, 80% of those FBS offers, you guys, that he wants is going to be gone. Here's another thing that we have to keep in mind with Malik is if he was a 4 or 5 star kid, those offers would probably be on the fence. They're not there yet. So that means that people are evaluating. They're seeing if he can play at this level. So once again, back to our evaluation of Malik, we said he was a low level Power 5 kid. There's a difference, you guys, between high-level Power 5 and low-level Power 5. There's a difference between high-level D2 and low-level D2. So an evaluation is critical because somebody could just say you're D1. All D1 ain't the same. You know, Alabama, you playing at Alabama, a lot different than you playing at Arkansas State. Both Division Ones, big difference. So we get specific with our athletes on what level we think they can play at. So check this out. He's from Georgia. We already know if he was the type of level where he was going to be recruited by FBS schools that were out of his region, he would probably be a 4 or 5 level star recruit. But he doesn't have any FBS, any Power 5 offers. So most likely, if he does get a Power 5 offer, you guys, he's already got FBS, but he's going for Power 5. Most likely, if he gets a Power 5 offer, he's only going to get one. He's only going to get two. He's not going to get recruited Power 5 wise on the West Coast. He's most likely not going to get recruited Power 5 wise in the Midwest because he's a Southern kid and he doesn't already have it. And we're looking at the timeline. It would have been here by now if he was going to be recruited out of his region, right? So that saves us time. That saves us time as the program that's helping Malik because we know he's already got these offers. He's already got the FBS offers to great schools, but we know he wants Power 5. But we also know that he's not going to be recruited out of his region. So what? That knocks out some of the Power 5 schools, right? Because if he's not going to be a West Coast Power 5 kid, then that means Pac-12 is out of the mix for him. If he's not going to be a Big Ten Power 5 level kid, then that means that the Big Ten is out for him. And then we evaluated him as what? As a low-level Power 5 kid, a low-level Power 5 kid. There are no schools in the SEC, you guys, that are low-level Power 5. There are no schools in the SEC that are low-level Power 5. So even though Malik is in Georgia, and the SEC definitely recruits in Georgia, there aren't any schools right now that we see a pathway for him to get to. And that's not a knock against Malik because he's a phenomenal player with Division I offers already. This is to make sure, you guys, we don't waste time. We don't waste time with his recruiting because what did I say? If he does get a Power 5 offer, it's probably only going to be one or two. So we can't waste time going after UCLA when UCLA most likely is not going to recruit him. So when we look at his situation, you guys, we're looking at the Big 12 and we're looking at the ACC because once again, Malik is in Georgia. He's at McNair High in Georgia. So we're looking at two conferences. Now, I said low-level Power 5, low-level Power 5. So if we're looking at the ACC, we're not talking Clemson. We're not talking Notre Dame. I know they're kind of independent, but we're not talking high-level ACC. If I'm looking at the Big 12, I know they're leaving next year, Oklahoma and Texas, but we're not talking Oklahoma, and we're not talking Texas. What are you talking, Coach Wood, when you say low-level? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And what I'm doing, you guys, is I'm showing you how we can boil things down to the schools we really need to focus on. Now, I'm using Malik's situation, and every single week we'll use a different one of our athletes' situation. If you want to be a Before You Go Pro athlete, then please join us because we'd love to help you out. But this, you use this for your situation. Your situation might be you have FCS schools. And you're just trying to get to a FBS school, not a Power 5, just a FBS. Your situation might be you have D2 schools and you're trying to get to a FCS, or you got D3 schools and you're trying to get to a D2. But use this for your own situation because it still plays out the same, you guys. So in Malik's situation, you know, one thing that you guys always got to keep in mind, you only need one. You only need one. Now, he already has amazing options. He's got Charlotte, he's got East Carolina, he's got Western Kentucky, and then he's got FCS Kennesaw State, which is in his backyard. But he wants the Power 5. He wants the Power 5. So what do we have to do? We have to not waste time. Why do we have to not waste time? Because 80% of Power 5s are going to be done signing kids at the high school level by the time we get to December 20th, which is only 3 months away. So we can't waste time with the wrong schools. So when I tell him if he's going to get a Power 5 opportunity, you guys, I would say about 80 to 90%, it's going to be one of these schools. It's going to be one of these schools. It's going to be a school that's in his region or recruits his region. It's going to be a school that's in the ACC or Big 12, most likely, if he gets a Power 5 offer. And it's going to be a school that's probably usually a little bit at the bottom of the pack. Baylor's going to be a little bit lighter this year. Oklahoma State's not going to probably be as good. And then Houston and UCF are the newbies. So we can't expect them to do good in the Big 12. And then when you look at the ACC, we're looking at Virginia, Louisville, Boston College, and Georgia Tech. Now, luckily for Malik, he's got the type of grades where he can get in. If he's a football player, he can get into these schools with 3.2 GPA. But do you see what we did, you guys? Do you see what we did? We looked at his current scenario, which is 4 FBS offers. We looked at our evaluation. We looked at the region he's coming out of. We know what he wants. He wants Power 5. But then when we look at Power 5, we narrowed it down to these 2 conferences. And not only did we narrow it down to these 2 conferences, we said it would probably come from one of these schools. These would be the schools that most likely would recruit Malik if he has a strong senior year. And he needs to have a strong senior year. To be a high school kid that's going to play Power 5, that means you're a super dog. Now, he's already a dog, but that means you're a super dog. Okay, so he's got to have a strong year. But this boils it down for Malik, and Malik hasn't even seen all of this detail that I'm giving you guys right now. But this is our thought process when Before You Go Pro works with the athletes that we work with. We got to boil it down so we're not wasting time, you guys. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pick some of that low-hanging fruit. We're going to pick some of those schools at the level he wants to go to that might be struggling a little bit. So if he gets a Power 5 shot, it's most likely going to be one of these schools. So we're going to target these schools for Malik. Now, if these schools don't show any love, this is very important. If these schools don't show any love, by when, Coach? By this timeline, when we're getting around early November, because Malik's going to start feeling the pressure from the schools that have already offered him to commit, because they want to get done with the early signing period too at the level he's going to play at. So he's going to start feeling the pressure. So if he doesn't get one of these schools to commit, you guys, or show some interest by the time he's getting to late October, early November, then what we're going to do is advise Malik to commit to one of these schools. And right now, Charlotte is his top school. So once again, this is Malik's situation. I want you guys to keep this in mind for your own situation, because you may have schools calling, you may have schools that have offered you, but you don't have fully what you want yet. And there's time. So you want to continue to have a great season and get what you want. Now, you may be an athlete that doesn't have anything. And if you don't have anything, that means you definitely need to get proactive. You should probably reach out to Before You Go Pro so we can help you guys out, you guys. And we work with athletes across the country. We've got college recruiting relationships across the country. I played myself. I've been doing this for 16 years. I've got a team of great people who have connections. So you guys, if things aren't popping, then let's get them popping. Get with us, okay? So that is Malik's situation. Once again, we only need one. Now, I talked to you guys about region, and I'm going to leave off with this. Then we'll get into some Q&A. If you guys do have recruiting questions, if you have something that is pertaining to your situation, you're wondering when a coach is serious, you're wondering if you should take the SAT or the ACT, you're wondering how to get a coach to get back to you on a DM, then put those questions in the comment section. We'd love to help you out. This is for you. So if you're a parent or an athlete, you've got any recruiting questions, then we'll knock them out live in a minute here, you guys, because the answer to one of your questions may mean hundreds of thousands of dollars for you. And even if it just means $10,000, $5,000, I'm glad that we could help. Now, one thing that I mentioned to you about was region. You see, he's from Georgia. He's from the South, you guys. So once again, that's how we crossed off some of these schools, because some of these schools and some of these conferences aren't going to recruit out of their region a high school kid that's not a 4 or a 5-star recruit. However, and this is the beautiful thing about being with a program like ours, we have coaches, we have relationships where a coach may go outside of the box a little bit. I gave you an example right here of a Coach Cormier. He's at Ball State. He's in the MAC conference. The MAC conference is like a lower level Big Ten. So think of if you're a West Coast kid, think of the Pac-12 and think of the Mountain West Conference as being a lower level Pac-12, or think of the ACC conference as the major Power 5 conference, and then a lower level conference like a Conference USA or something. That's Ball State. So you got Big Ten, then you got Ball State. Those schools are all playing in the areas of the Big Ten. Coach Cormier isn't usually going to go out of the Midwest to recruit. But if I give him a call and I say a kid can handle it, he can handle going away from home. If he's a dog and Coach Cormier likes it, he'll take him. He'll take him off a word. So, when I look at a situation like Malik's, he's out of Georgia, right? And I told you right here, he's probably looking at the Big 12 and the ACC if he gets a Power 5 shot, and he's probably looking at these schools. Well, every once in a while, a young man may be able to go out of his region. I have marked off the Big Ten right here, but we do have close ties with head coach, Coach Walters at Purdue. Why do we have close ties with Coach Walters? Because he is a University of Colorado alum, just like I am. So every once in a while, you guys, we can get a kid out of region because we have a close relationship. But that's not typical. And if you're doing this on your own, or our typical vibe is we keep a kid in region. We keep a kid in region. Once we know what level of football they can play at, and once again, this was Malik's evaluation, low-level Power 5 strong FBS, then we're going to keep him down south because he's a high school kid. And if he was going to get recruited out of region, we would already know that by now. Okay, so hopefully this is making sense for you guys. Every single week, you guys, we're going to come in on Tuesday. We're going to bang it out on the recruiting process. We're going to give tips, strategies. We're going to bring in people. We're going to bring in athletes who are being recruited so they can tell you some of their situation. We're going to bring in coaches as the season goes along. Once again, it's about to really start picking up. So if you are in the class of 2024, or you know somebody in the class of 2024 that has the talent, has some grades, then please make sure that they have this information. Make sure that they are following before you go pro, so that we can help you guys get to the money. We can help you guys get to the money, you guys. One thing that I want to show you guys is we've got something special coming up, because we always like to give back. We always like to give back. This is the beginning of the season. We're doing a custom cleats giveaway, you guys. A custom cleats giveaway. I know you guys are about your drip. You're about looking good on the field, and I want you guys to look good. So we're giving away a chance to customize your own cleats with one of the top shoe artists in the game right now, Matt Bustamante. So it's absolutely free. I'm going to give you guys the link right here so that you guys can get your custom cleats. You can get in the raffle. And it's an opportunity. The raffle closes. Let me put that in the comment section, you guys. But absolutely free. The raffle closes on Thursday. So there's the link. You can hit it if you're live, or if you're watching the recording of this, you guys can copy and paste. But it is going to be the bomb. We're basically going to give three people. We got 3 awards, 3 gifts. So the first place winner gets the custom cleats, and it's not just custom cleats, you guys. It's also a custom back plate. So Matt is going to customize your cleats, your back plate, whatever you want on that baby. He's going to put on it so you look fly for the rest of the season. And then also we have 2 other for the consolation prizes. The second prize is for the runner-up. You're going to get a $75 gift certificate card to Dick's Sporting Goods so you can get your drip out too and make sure you're looking good too. And then the third place person is going to get a $25 gift card to Battle Sports. So get into the raffle, you guys. I ain't going to tell you anymore. Get into the raffle. I just put the link right there in the comment section, so you guys can have your customized cleat. Some of you guys are going to be playing in state playoff games. This ain't just for the high school kids. Some of you guys are going to be playing in bowl games. Some of you college kids, you get your customized cleats. You want to put your pet on there. You want to put the college you're going to. You guys can do it if you win the raffle. So I just put the link in the comment section. You guys hit that baby and make sure that you are set up for the custom raffle. That ends this Thursday. That's the deadline. Also, before you go pro, you guys, is more than just recruiting content. We are practitioners. We actually work with athletes across the country. Some of these young men that you see tonight, we talked about who? We talked about the great Malik Jackson. So we work with athletes across the country, and we would love to help you. Over 14 years of success. You guys, the young man that you see on the bottom strip right there from San Jose State holding up the football, number 4, that's Elijah Cooks. He's now with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So long history, you guys, of helping athletes across the country get to the next level. Right now, we're working with the class of 2024. And tomorrow, we are coming out with our college prospects page. So this is the database that all of you guys want to be a part of. It's exclusive. We only allow 10 athletes at each position. 10 athletes at each position. The coaches know, the recruiting coaches like Coach Walters at Purdue. He knows. Coach Cormier that I showed you at Ball State, they know that we don't just put anybody on our recruiting database. We put athletes like Malik Jackson on our recruiting database, athletes like these young men. Everybody has to be evaluated before they can be a part of the Before You Go Pro database, you guys. So that comes out tomorrow, and only 100 athletes, 120 athletes across the country. It breaks down to about 10 players per position. You also have access to content. You have access to a membership portal. And then we're going to make sure you go off to college. You're going to make sure you go off to college. So that's what it's all about, baby. Make sure that you are subscribed to the At Before You Go Pro channel. Every single week, we bring in guests. We bring in people that know what they're talking about. We have content that is geared towards helping you, that is geared towards making sure your dreams come true. You guys are already working your tails off, but sometimes you're just at the wrong school, or sometimes you might not know all the steps to get to the next level, you guys, and you should not miss out on college because of that. So every single Tuesday, join us for the Recruiting Live Show. Once again, we're going to be bringing in coaches. We're going to be bringing in athletes who are being recruited. We're going to take you through the recruiting process up until the early signing period, December 20th, and through the regular signing period starting February 7th. After that, then don't say we didn't try to help you. Okay, so let me put in also, you guys got the link once again for the shoe giveaway, custom cleats giveaway by a professional. You put whatever you want on those babies, and that closes on Thursday. So the link is right here. You guys hit that link, copy that link, make sure that you get into the custom cleats giveaway. And it's a back plate, and there's a consolation prize for 2 people. So make sure that you get into that. And then also, you guys, I want to give you guys the link for the Before You Go Pro recruiting program, recruiting and mentoring. If you are an athlete that is a senior and you do not have the offers that you want already, then do not waste time. The football season goes by way too quick, you guys, way too quick for you guys to miss out. And these schools are only going to recruit 1 or 2 high school guys at each position because the transfer portal. Okay, so especially if you feel like you're a Division I level athlete or you feel like you're a high level, I'm putting the link right here in the comment section. And this is for our recruiting and mentoring program. So if you are an athlete, 2024, you don't have anything, you don't have what you want, you hit that baby. If you know an athlete or have a teammate, 2024, working their tail off to get to college, but their phone's not ringing, hit that second link. So this is the link right here with the sign-up page at the end if you want to join the recruiting and mentoring program. And we're already talking to college coaches, you guys, so it's rocking and rolling. Like I said, it picks up big after week 3 of college football. And then this is the one for the shoe giveaway. This is the one for the shoe giveaway if you want a chance to earn some custom cleats by the great Matt Bustamante. Okay, you guys. So, hey, I don't want to keep you guys long tonight. Does anybody have any comments, any questions, any concerns, you guys? Every single Tuesday, we come in here and we drop the sauce. We drop the sauce to help you guys get to a major college football program. And here's the other thing I want you guys to keep in mind. Major isn't just USC. Major isn't just Tennessee or Texas. Major is Western Oregon. Major is the University of Stetson. Major is Luther University in Pennsylvania. Major is Pace University in New York. Pace University is a Division II, you guys, that is $60,000 a year. $60,000 a year. We know Coach Rondo out there, amazing coach. He's taking our players. That money is money just like if you're going to Texas. Who are you sitting next to in class if it costs $60,000 to be at this school? You guys. So keep that in mind. Don't hang up on the phone on all these coaches. It may be a smaller school, but it may be your shot. And with the transfer portal nowadays, you guys may go to the smaller school and be able to go up to the bigger school. Go up to the bigger school, okay? So once again, you guys keep this in mind. Every single Tuesday, we want to get you guys closer to the bag, get you guys closer to that recruiting scholarship that you're looking for. Does anybody have any comments, questions, or concerns? This is your opportunity. We're live. You got Coach Wood live, okay? So I'm going to be talking to college coaches tomorrow. Do you have questions about whether or not you should commit? Do you have questions about unofficial visits versus official visits? Do you have questions about the GPA you need? This is the time to put those in the comment section. Once again, we work with athletes across the country. We just did a great breakdown on the recruiting situation of our very own Malik Jackson. If you didn't catch it from the beginning, I highly recommend that you go back to the beginning of this recruiting live show and check out how we're breaking down Malik's situation. Also, we cover a new situation with one of our athletes every single week. So if you've joining us for the first time, look back, go on YouTube at Before You Go Pro, look at our channel, please subscribe, but go to the other recruiting live episodes because there may be an athlete we've already covered that has a situation just like yours, or it may be an athlete we're going to cover on one of the upcoming Tuesdays. Okay, that may have a situation just like yours. So does anybody have any questions about recruiting? Any comments, concerns? I see one that just came in. Ben and Doris, how much does Before You Go Pro cost? Thank you, Ben and Doris, for joining us tonight. Definitely. BYGP is a very, very unique company. This is my ministry, you guys. So I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't want to leave anybody out. So there is actually 2 different ways that you can join Before You Go Pro. Thank you for asking, Ben and Doris. We evaluate everybody because this is no different, you guys, than the movie industry or than the music industry. You can burn bridges. You can burn bridges, and relationships are so key in this industry. And we've got years and years of relationships. My grandfather's a Hall of Famer, so we've got legacy relationships that we use for some of our athletes. So to answer your question, when it comes to, and I'll flash the link If you guys are interested in getting some recruiting support, you're in the class of 2024, that's the link. So copy and paste it or hit it. It's in the comment section and we'll help you out. But we have 2 levels of service. We have a group level of service. And with both levels of service, we think that we're going to help you get to the scholarship or at least a preferred walk-on opportunity. So there's one group level of service and there's a one-on-one level of service. The group level of service, you get access to all of our content, whether it's live or recorded. You get access to our membership portal, which has all the step-by-steps on how to manifest your own recruiting scholarship. You get access to the recruiting database. Now, the recruiting database is the Crute Gras. This is what you want to be on, you guys, because this goes to all of our recruiting contacts, and we only accept 10 at each position. So that's what you want to be on. That's a part of the group package. And that package, Ben and Doris, check this out. You probably haven't heard of this, but it's offer-based. It's offer-based. So what that means is that you tell us what your offer is. You tell us what you feel it's worth to you, what your family can afford, because we don't want to let anybody out of our reach that deserves the help. So if this is a young man that works his tail off, his coach thinks he's great, he's got great grades like Malik. Malik does not come from a bunch of money, you guys. So it's offer-based for the group program. If you get evaluated, you get accepted, you could tell us what it's worth for you, and we'll take it. We have sponsors that can help out and fill in the rest. So it's offer-based. It's a very unique opportunity. Now, for our one-on-one service, our one-on-one service is unique. It's expensive. It's actually $4K for our one-on-one service. But here's the thing, and this is something you probably never heard of before either. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. So we evaluate the athlete. Once again, nobody's getting in without an evaluation. We're looking at the grades. We're looking at the film. We evaluate the athlete. And if the athlete is to our standards on and off the field, we let them know, hey, this is what level of football we think we can get you a scholarship. We think we can get you this money. And this is how much money we think we can get you. And then at that point, it's guaranteed. Now, obviously, we're going to be talking about getting them a lot more money than what they pay us, but it's guaranteed. If we don't hit that marker, then they get their money back, you guys. So that's the deal with the guaranteed plan. So those are our 2 plans. Once again, thank you for asking that, Ben and Doris. It's an amazing program. This is a labor of love for me. We've got a great team, and we've got major connections. Like I said, we've got athletes playing across the country. And the beautiful thing, you guys, this is why we evaluate our athletes so hard. The beautiful thing is that when we have the right athletes on the front end, everything else takes care of itself on the back end. Wherever we end up sending Malik, wherever this young man goes, that bridge is going to be strong. I know that bridge is going to be strong, where I can have other athletes cross that bridge. So it's so important for us to evaluate the kids just like the colleges do. And that's why we only accept, this is boutique, this is exclusive. That's why we only accept 10 athletes at each position in our database, because then we've got a strong database. And now we're to the point where the coaches call us and say, who you got? Coach Cormier at Ball State, Division I program, he'll say, who you got? If he's got a need at wide receiver, say, who you got? And he'll take my word for it. So that is the pricing for our program. Once again, every Tuesday, we're coming to give it to you for free. With the information that you're getting on Tuesday, there is no excuse for you to say you didn't know what it took to get some money on your books or to play college football. Okay, we're also going to talk about some non-athletic scholarships as we get through the year too. But this is it, baby. This is it. This is where you guys got to be. And those that do what others don't will have what others won't. Some of you guys got friends that are with their girlfriend right now, that are on Fortnite right now playing video games. They're on the Madden. I love the Madden, but you guys are here or you're catching a recording. If you continue that, you're going to have what they don't. Okay. And this is what you want right here. You want the opportunity to sign. You want the opportunity to run out in front of a packed house. Okay. So that's what we're going to give to you guys. So thank you, the great Malik Jackson. I know I'll be talking to you later, baby. And we already talked today, but excited about his future. Once again, This is a BYGP athlete. We're going to cover a BYGP athlete every week. Does anybody have any recruiting questions, any comments, any concerns? Once again, you've got years and years of expertise in front of you right now. We've got athletes that are getting offers like you saw with Malik and getting interest. So if there's anything that I can answer to help you right now, please let me know. If you want to reach out after, maybe we're done and you think of your question, it's info@beforeyougopro.com. You can reach out to us on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I know a lot of you young kids don't use Facebook, but parents, YouTube, obviously, @beforeyougopro for everything. So just let us know what your question is and we'll take care of it. If you want us to cover something next week, please let us know. But we're getting closer, you guys. We're getting closer to signing day. So if you don't have what you want or you don't have anything, then let's get active. Let's get active. Get somebody to help you out or hit the link in the comment section so we can help you out. All right. So I am going to let you go. Once again, Coach Terrence Wood, join us Thursday for the Locker Room Show. We got an amazing guest for you Thursday. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I'll tell you this. He's a Division I athlete, and he's a Before You Go athlete. He's playing major Division I football. He's already been on TV this year. He's going to come into the Locker Room Show on Thursday and give you guys some games. So unless anybody has any questions, we will be leaving in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Love you guys. We'll see you next week for more Recruiting Live. If you're just catching this, then run it back. Catch the recording. All right, you guys. Have a good one.